Right. What should we talk about today?
So we've covered happiness in our last podcast, and then we covered love and thoughts. I think today we should talk about possibly staying positive thinking.
Okay. Okay, that's really interesting. They all actually come in together. So whatever we choose to bring all these elements together, happiness, love, faith, thoughts, they all build into one. So basically what I'm saying is, if we are asking you, are you guys happy? You can't just drop the bomb and throw it on your family. Oh, my family makes me happy. My kids make me happy, right? We didn't ask you that. We didn't ask you who makes you happy. We asked you if you, as an individual, identify yourself when you wake up in the morning with happiness. Without seeing your kids, without seeing your family, are you happy, right? If you're not, start being happy, right? You're gonna say, oh, but it's not a thing that you can just switch on. Yeah, it is. It's quite a thing that you can just switch on. They say people that are more likely to succeed in whatever we do. I'll be honest, we all succeed, right? What I'm referring to here, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, it has to be self motivated, right? Because if you're not self motivated, you're not gonna really make much of over the period that you're not self motivated. First you have to have a start, you have an idea, you have a goal. That's how they say it. And then you have to create a habit of doing it, right? And you create a habit of doing it. After you create the habit of doing it, here is when we lose a little bit of touch and love towards our goal, and or the reason that we started what we started, because it becomes a habit and it doesn't become a day-to-day living, right? So now we're going back to that, switching the happy feeling on, right? As soon as we go autopilot, we forget to live, right? We forget to live, we forget to be happy, forget love. And it's easy for us to give in into the pressure of the world. If someone comes with an idea, we are quick to comply and or accept the idea. It doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad idea. We're just quick to do that. I'm talking as humans. I'm not talking about just me or just you. We're all in this together, right? And when I say we're all in, I mean mentally, right? So that's what I'm trying to say here. So what we want to do is, maybe you should grab a pen and paper, and you should write down whatever you find as a pattern in your mind, and then you can start changing. You will say, oh, but how do I choose? How do I stay on the happy lane? Staying on the happy lane is not a must. You have to understand the things you do or you choose to do in life, they have to be happy for you. Because you're happy and my happy might not be the same type of happy, right? But my personal point here is, you can make yourself happy by creating new things for yourself, right? All the time you should look at things to make yourself happy, and take up new things in life. Don't do the same things over and over and over. That's when you become autopilot again. You lose the touch a little bit towards leaving. And if you lose the touch, it's not really helpful, right? Because you wanna be creative all the time. How do you stay creative? By staying creative, you have to do a little bit of exercising, eat a little bit better. And when I say that, I'm referring to eat more fruits, eat more veg, exercise, do a bit of meditation, you know. Give yourself 15 to 30 minutes a day to learn something new, you know. Learn something new, research something new. If you choose to have conversation about certain things and you never question them, maybe it's time to do so, you know. I'm not saying you should follow a conspiracy theory somewhere, right? I'm not suggesting that, no. If you ask me, you should try and do that thing that you always wanted to do, you know, the thing that you had in your mind. Oh, I always wanted to learn how to swim or jump with the parachute or whatever it is, right? Learn a new thing, read a new book, right? Okay, makes sense. Any questions?
Perfect sense. And you know, we all know that happiness is vital for our health, like you've just mentioned. But how do we stay happy and keep a positive mindset when things aren't really going the way we want them to go?
Right, okay, well, quite easy. The way I say is like this. Just because someone outside of yourself projects, it sells you the world in a way that, oh, the world is ending, the world is finishing. It's not. It never was, it never will, right? The way the person sees the world, you know, because we couple of lectures back we talked about perception. So that person sees the world as being in a final state, you know. So his personal relation and correlation towards the physical world is as he states it to you. He says, oh, the world, the end is near, or whatever other rubbish. But it's not, you know. You as a person, you have to sit back, take a step back, and again, do a little bit of research. See what's real and what's not, you know. Make up your own mind. Don't let other people to make thoughts in your mind, you know. It's if as soon as you let people walk bare feet in your mind, that's when you start giving your power to someone else. You don't want to give your power to anyone else, okay? That's what Gandhi said. I would not let anyone walk bare feet in my mind, right? So basically what he says, I would not let you introduce a state of mind or of thinking or a state of emotions or feelings to me without me not being at the gate, you know. I have a gate at my mind and I have to be the keeper of the gate. So how do I do that? Whatever you come and we having a conversation, or you come and present something to me, or I'm watching news, or I'm reading something in the paper. Well, first of all, you have the right. You have the right to question everything you read, right? You will see once you start analyzing when you read, you will stop reading so much disturbing news and gossip and stuff like that. You will focus on, why not learn something new? I'm gonna go take karate today, or whatever you want to take on, right? So you have to be that person. Don't look up to the sky to no other person, right? God or Buddha or whoever you believe in, or if you don't believe in anything, you are free. I'm sure you believe that you are free, right? So if you are free, you have the freedoms to take the choices and choose the things that you like. Also, you are free to be susceptible to my own thinking, right? So if I come and I bombard you with whatever, I don't know. Did you see that if you do 10 press-ups a day for a month, you can get stronger? And you will get stronger because you will do 10 press-ups every day for a month, you know? You haven't done it, you don't know. So if you try, you will see you get stronger. But the same way I say, why don't you try and work your mind the same way you work your physical attitude towards the world, right? So today you choose to do 10 press-ups, tomorrow 15, and I say the same thing. Why don't you start today to take decisions, more important decisions, as in, right, first of all, I'm gonna stop eating bad food if that's the case. Second, I'm gonna clean my room if that's the case, right? I'm gonna stop watching so much news, or I'm gonna stop following everything that is actually making me close within even more instead of opening towards everyone else, right? This is important things that you want to do. Make a list. Start with 3 things, maybe 1 thing. Start easy. Make them fun. How do you make them fun? Well, when you make them fun, you can make them fun by yourself, or you can introduce family, friends. Okay, that's pretty much what I'm saying. Any questions?
Yeah, so you mentioned media, and sort of other things there. How easy is it to be influenced into negative thinking? Or non-constructive thinking, I should say, rather than negative.
Well, nothing is good or bad in this world. Is what you believe it will make it so, right? So media can come and bring to the table sausage and I don't know, lemons. If you say, "Oh, I don't like lemons," then you might not like that dish, right? But if you like lemons, then you might like that dish. So it's the same with the media. Media is not the bad wolf in the house. The media just comes and presents. Look, I've got this news. Now, here where you're smart and the keeper at the gate should interfere and say, right, okay, you got this news, right? Based on what facts? You could say that, Then, after they bring the evidence, then you can go a little bit into more details. And then if you choose to believe it, then you believe it. It's your personal attitude towards it, right? It has nothing to do with the rest of the world, right? Do not fall into that, right? So if you believe something, why automatically do you have to make me believe the same thing? Do you not think that we are 2 different beings? Don't you have your own brain? Don't I have my own brain? So don't impose yourself into anyone. Be you. Don't say people are stupid. People are all us, It's no stupid, no, it is just the way we perceive as personal, our personal relationship towards the world, right? So what we have to do, take a step back and ask yourself, why do I think that this person or this news or this or whatever that actually makes you get out of the state of flow, the state of freedom, the state of happiness, the state of quietness, the state of easiness, whatever makes you come out of it, right? Maybe you should start changing in your life, right? So it's not easy to just go, right, from today I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, but slowly you can definitely take things out and put other things in. So how do we do that? Because to be honest, what's that?
17 past.
Okay. We can all think about the problem, but our personal problem, okay? Because, like I said before, it's a personal relationship between you and the way you perceive the world, right? And so what we have to do, how do we stay away from sinking, basically, right? Well, first of all, we said this in another lecture, and it's about the 2 flowers or the 2 lanes, right? So you have a right side and the left side of the lane. Or also, look at it this way. You have 2 pipes, okay? 2 pipes. One is positive thinking and the other one is not as positive, right? So how do we, at the moment, your concentration is always on the pipe that is not positive all the time, right? And that should just tell you cannot change in this moment in time unless you take your eyes off of the pipe that says not so positive, and move and shift your mental attitude and direction, and choose to stay more concentrated on the pipe that says positive thinking, right? So slowly, every day, by doing that, it will be the same, as in, how do I mean it will be the same? You bring a little bit, you bring a little bit of positivity today, and then you bring a little bit more tomorrow, and so on and so on and so on, until you end up, and you actually, your attitude and your focus, your inner focus, I mean, is not on the not so good vibe, right? If you don't understand the way I put it, I'll put it in this way. This is one of the oldest stories I probably heard when I was a child, So a child and his granddad, they were walking through the park, and the granddad, the child asked his granddad, "Oh, granddad, how should one go through life, considering that some of us are positive, some of us are negative?" And the granddad said, "Well, think about it like this. Think about it like this. Think of it this way. You have two wolves inside. One is white and one is, let's say, blue, right? And which one is the strongest one?" And the nephew said, "Well, I'm not too sure. Which one is the strongest one?" "Well, the strongest one is the one that you choose to feed more." Right? I didn't really get that story until quite a few years ago, right? So the old man meant that you have positivity and negativity inside inside your heart, inside your attitude. So the more you indulge in a feeling, the bigger you will make that feeling. So you see what I'm trying to say here? The more you think about things that you do not want in your life, those things will be in your life. Okay? So the more you think about positive, happy-go-lucky, right? The more you think about those type of things in your life, the more you're going to have those things in your life. Oh, well, of course, you're going to say, "Well, I've choose to be happy and positive for 3 days. It didn't work for me." Keep trying. Keep trying. You spend maybe 30, 40 years of being destructive, self-destructive. Keep that in mind. I'm not even saying negative. It's just destructive. You're not working to your full potential. That's all it is. It's nobody's fault, It's just your own approach towards it. So all I'm saying is, focus your mental energy and attitude towards the things that you really want in your life, right? Now, I know sometimes it will be hard, and sometimes you fail to do so, but you're trying. So that means you're working. So the more you fail, that means the more you are tested, right? How do I mean you are tested? Well, once you start applying this formula that I gave you, and you start focusing your mind towards more positive things, well, of course, the other thoughts will not give up easy. They will put up a fight, right? So before you know, you will end up entertaining them every now and then. Stop entertaining them. Yeah? So how do we do that? We said it a couple of times. You just have to indulge in things that make you more happy, Try not to always look to tell someone a problem. Try and come up with solutions, right? Why don't you choose to do that? I know by nature us humans are more easily to fall down on a pity lane, or is everyone's fault. Nobody loves me. Oh, ratata, we can go on forever. But why don't you choose to say, "Do you know what? This is a learning curve. I'm here to learn. I'm here to enjoy it, right? And it doesn't mean that you have to get drunk or whatever you want to do every single day. You can. Nobody says you cannot. If you're happy doing so and you see yourself healthy, by all means enjoy it. But why do something that you've done yesterday? Do it every day. You're doing it every single day. After a while, you will get bored of it, surely, or it becomes a habit, right? Because we have good and habits that we don't really are happy with them, but we end up one day saying, "Oh, I don't want to be this person," but that person was created by you. So if you choose to have a takeaway every day, then you're gonna end up in a couple of months that you created a habit out of taking stuff away, whatever it is. It could be, I don't know, maybe you just eat seeds in a takeaway. It doesn't matter, not all takeaways is meant to be fattening. Okay, all I'm saying is everything that we choose to think or to entertain within us, in the inner self, within the creativity of our minds, that thing will flourish, right? And it will come to happen in our lives. Okay? That's what it is. So what you want to do now is maybe you want to grab a pen and paper and write down things that you might find maybe not building of character, right? So they're not really building you up as a person, and you want to become better than what you are right now. So what you want to do, you want to write down a couple of things. You want to write down a couple of things that are actually holding you back, right? The next thing next to them, what would be the solution, right? So what would be the solution to something that let's say you want to have a better approach to life. How do you see a better approach to life if you're not happy within yourself? So you see, you can't really see a better approach in life if you're not happy within. So you have to start making things that make you happy, right? Like I said, eat more fruits, get out for a walk, enjoy the sun a little bit, right? Go in the garden, open the window, sleep with your window open through the night, Turn the heat on if you need to, but sleep with the window open. And like that, you always have oxygen, you're oxygenating your brain, and then it helps you improve your capacity of constructing, right? So, eat more fruits. How else are you going to stay healthy? The fruits have been out in the sun, right? The sun gave them vitamins and the soil. That's what you need, fruits. Next, you want to add herbs and vegetables. Again, they've been in the sun. You can have a little bit of meat every now and then. You don't have to go crazy on it. I'm not pro or
vegan, they call it.
Yeah, I'm not pro or against it. So by all means, be unique, be yourself. That's what it says. We all fit. Be unique, right? So after you want to add the meditations on. Listen to music that makes you happy. Read the book that makes you happy. Watch a show that makes you happy. Make sure that show doesn't brainwash you into something that you don't want to become. And so on, right? Okay, we're going to go back to Daniel. We're going to ask the last question. And then we're going to wish you a good night, right? So what would be your last question?
I think my last question I will ask is, I want to make sure it is 100% possible for each and everybody, no matter where they're from, where they're going, who they are, to change the way they think and create a more positive mindset.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Everyone can change. Everyone should try and see what their best self is. What's their full potential. Well, why? I was reading this. I forgot what's the doctor's name, but he was saying that us human beings, we don't even know that we have the capacity to go from gear 1 to gear 5 or 6. So we always run on low battery by being negative and being unhappy with what we get. But let me tell you this: in the Bible, it says you do not have to follow the Bible, but in the Bible, it says, "Ask and it shall be given to you; seek and you shall find." What's going on in this world right now? How do you know it's real unless you seek and research, right? How do you know? How do you know if the bar is closed or the shop is closed unless you go knock on the door or open the door, right? So knock and you shall. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you don't try this formula, how would you know it doesn't work? You know, it's easy to say, oh, it's not for me, it doesn't work. Oh, you know, I've tried it before, it doesn't work. Enough of this positivity, enough of this, enough of that. All right, so what we want to do is we have to get out of being stuck or programmed in an unchanging mind frame. Because once you start denying things, is because you self brainwashed. As I said, what is brainwashing? Because the thing is just repeating one thing enough times or many times until the subconscious accepts it as reality, and then you experience it in the objective world. So basically what's happening here, you have to make a habit of repetition. So it doesn't have to be like a dreaming state of meditation, you know, like you repeat yourself, must be happy. No, it doesn't work like that. Try and say, I am happy, I am thankful, right? Because it does say, that's what I was trying to get to. Be thankful and you should get more. So say, oh, you know what? Thankful and grateful is the best way forward. The best way. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. Say what you're thankful for. Yeah? Be thankful and grateful for things that you have. And also for things that you want to achieve. How are you going to get them if you say, oh, I want this. I want this is in the future. I have this, is having it now. You accept it subconsciously. We just had a conversation that you, by repeating a thing in many times, enough times, the subconscious believes it to be real, even though it's not evidently, as in objectively real. So what we want to do is repeat with feeling, I am happy, I am wonderful, I am blessed, I am grateful. And then you can say what you're grateful for. Of course, I'm not here to tell you should be grateful for having money, because maybe that's not what you want. But if that's what you want, say that, you know. And why limit yourself? Yeah? We are all perfect. We are all unique. And we all fit. Right? Be positive. Stay happy. Be unique. And keep in touch. If you need our help, we're just a message away. Okay? It's been a pleasure. I wish you guys all the best. And stay happy. Now I'll pass you back to Danielle. Good night. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You've been live with Mihai on the We All Fit podcast, Lectures Mihai's Mind. We've made our debut on Instagram. Thank you all for tuning in with us on our first live via Instagram. Facebook, thank you for being there, everybody. Have an amazing night, and we will let you know when we're scheduling our next podcast. Follow We All Fit, share We All Fit, take part in the events, and be positive. And if you feel like you can't be positive, trust me, you can. You can.
You can reach out to us.
You can reach out to us. We're right here. This is what we created We All Fit for. We've been there. We know what it's like. Let us join together and be on a journey, you know. Thanks for being who you are. Thanks for being unique. And thanks for realizing that you have potential to open the mind. Good night from Wheelfoot. I'm known as Danielle, and he's known as Mihai. Take care.